Okay, so good day class. So for today's topic, we will discuss journal entries regarding merchandising operations using periodic and perpetual inventory systems. So let's try to compare what's the difference between the two systems. Okay, so as discussed in the previous videos, we know that periodic inventory system, di ba, we count the inventory on a periodic basis, di ba, at the end of the reporting period. So what will happen in periodic inventory system, you just count the goods, physical goods inventory left at the end of the period or periodic basis. So basically, under periodic inventory system, doon sa computation ng profit natin, income statement natin, di ba, we have accounts related to the computation of cost of sales. So under periodic inventory system, we use accounts na hindi natin ginagamit doon sa perpetual inventory system. Same with perpetual inventory system also. So there are difference on the accounts used in accounting the transactions for the two systems. Under perpetual inventory system naman, di ba, yung inventory account natin is updated every time may in and out of the goods. So every time you purchase, you update immediately the balances of the inventory, and every time there's sale of the inventory, you also update the inventory balance account. So that's the difference of the two. So when you say perpetual, so every time there's in and out of the goods, automatic ina-update mo yung balance ng inventory. While for periodic inventory system, you just count ilan yung natirang inventories at the end of the period or periodic. Diba? Periodic lang yung counting ng inventory natin. So, yun yung difference ng dalawa. Normally, in perpetual inventory system, we use stock cards. So, stock cards, yun yung for every stock card, that's equivalent to one inventory item. So, every time there's purchase for that certain item, you update on the stock card. And every time there's a sale for that certain item, you update the stock card of the item. So, para the amounts is updated always. Okay, so here's an illustration excerpt from the book of Balyada. So I'll just use the illustration for the comparison of the entries for the system. So this appendix will demonstrate the entries typically used with the periodic inventory system contrasted to the entries used with the perpetual inventory system. So the assumption here that the beginning inventory for the year is 250,000. So we have beginning inventory for the year, that's 250,000. So assuming the transactions numbers 1 to 7 were only transactions for the entire year. So the balance in the ending inventory account at year end under the periodic inventory system is 250,000, which is the beginning inventory, and the year end balance in the inventory account under perpetual inventory system is 231,860. Okay, so I think this is the okay, so that's the illustration. Under the perpetual inventory system, the inventory account is increased by purchases, transportation in, and sales returns, and is decreased by cost of sale, purchases, returns and allowances, and purchase discount. Take note that under perpetual inventory system, so the inventory account, di ba, every time there's an in and out of the inventory, we always update the inventory. That's why every time we prepare entries, we account these transactions to inventory account. So inventory is increased, of course, by purchase, by transportation in if there is transportation in, and sales returns. Because sales returns, di ba, may sinuli yung customer natin. So therefore, yung inventory natin will increase because there's an actual return of the inventory. And di ba, the inventory account is decreased by the cost of sale. So of course, di ba, every time there's a sale, purchase returns. So if we return some items to the suppliers, and purchase discounts. Okay, so therefore, our inventory account will decrease if merong purchase returns and allowances and purchase discounts. At year end, the physical inventory is taken, and it revealed that the actual inventory on hand is 231,500. So the year end journal entries numbers 8 to 10 are then made to bring the inventory account balance into agreement with the amount of physical inventory. So therefore, ano nangyari dito? So at the end of the year, during the physical count, yung na-count natin na inventory is 231,500. When posted to the general ledger, both the periodic and perpetual inventory systems result in the same ending inventory amount. So regardless of what inventory system you are using, it's either perpetual or periodic, it should equal yung ending inventory natin should equal both inventory system. Okay, so dapat equal yung sa periodic tsaka sa perpetual. If it's not equal, maybe may error on how you account the transactions. Okay, so for this illustration, so I just prepared already T accounts, but the T accounts for the computation of the profit lang yung ginawa ko dito. So your income statement natin, because I just want to show to you that after we have accounted, posted all the transactions here, or journal entries here, so let's try to check if equal ba yung cost of sale under periodic or under perpetual, even yung inventory amounts natin. Okay, so let's start the illustration. So, okay, so here, so this is now the illustration. So, for periodic and perpetual inventory system. So, this is the first transaction. It's a sale. So, sold merchandise on account costing 8,000 for 10,000 pesos. Terms were 2, 10, and 30. So, this is a sale transaction of merchandise. Yung cost ng merchandise natin is 8,000 tapos binenta natin for 10,000. Of course, 'di ba? We need to have a markup, 'di ba? Kailangan nating ibenta yung goods natin higher than the cost kung magkano yung bili natin sa supplier natin. So yung cost ng goods natin na binenta is 8,000, yung selling price niya is 10,000, tapos may terms where so 2/10, that's 2% discount if the customer can pay us within 10 days and it will due for 30 days. So ano yung journal entry natin under periodic inventory system? So under periodic inventory system, of course, it's a sale transaction. Ito yung tinatawag nating credit sales. 'Di ba? Pinautang natin, 'di ba? So we are the seller here. So the entry is accounts receivable 10,000, credit sales 10,000. That's based on the selling price, or this is the invoice price, the 10,000. Okay, so take note again that your sales and your purchase account is always equal to the invoice price. So this is your invoice price. Sir, how do we know that it's a credit sale? So if the problem gives you credit terms like this, like 2/10 and over 30, automatic the transaction is on credit. Kumbaga pinautang mo yung sale. Okay, so that's why we debit accounts receivable, credit sales 10,000. So this time we are now using sales account. We use sales account if nabenta natin yung inventory natin. Diba? Sales is related to the inventory na binenta natin. Okay. Next is under perpetual inventory system, yung concept dito, di ba? Every in and out of the goods dapat updated yung inventory natin. Yan yung goal natin. Updated yung inventory natin every time there's in and out of the goods. Ito out of goods too because benta natin, di ba? So of course, we record also the sale under perpetual inventory system, di ba? Same entry. That's accounts receivable, credit, sales 10,000 at selling price. Ito yung selling price natin. Because under perpetual, there's a sale. You need to update the inventory upon sale. So anong gagawin mo sa perpetual? So 'di ba, under perpetual meron tayong additional entry dito. So ano yung entry natin? So ito yung cost of sale, 'di ba? Magkano yung inventory na naibenta mo? Magkano yung cost? Magkano yung magkano bili mo ng inventory na naibenta? Okay, so since the cost of the inventory is 8,000, so we debit cost of sale, we credit inventory because 'di ba, it's an out. 'Di ba? Out inventory. So we need to deduct the amount of the inventory on our stock cards under perpetual inventory system. So updated yung inventory natin. So 'di ba ito, naka-credit tayo ng inventory. So since the normal balance of inventory or merchandise inventory is debit, so since sale yung transaction na nangyari, so naibenta natin yung goods, that's why so we credit inventory account. So updated yung inventory account natin dito. Cost of sale, you have 8,000. Okay. Okay, so ito yung tandaan nyo under perpetual inventory, every time there's sale and purchase of goods, we need to update our inventory. That's why we credit inventory account 8,000. So if we try to post that on our ledger, so dito sa ledger natin under periodic and perpetual, so sales, magkano yung sales? Credit 10,000. Dito din, that's 10,000 under perpetual. Tapos ano pa yung items affected under periodic? Wala na. But under perpetual, affected yung cost of sale natin 8,000 debit, inventory natin 8,000 credit. So under perpetual, cost of sale debit 8,000, inventory credit 8,000. Okay, transaction number 2. Customer returned merchandise costing 400 that had been sold on account for 500, part of the 10,000 sales. So, yung nabenta natin kanina na 8,000 cost of goods, na binenta natin for 10,000 yung selling price, on the second transaction, may sinuli yung customer natin. Diba? Customer returned merchandise, yung cost ng goods, take note guys that iba yung cost sa yung selling price. Ha? Kailangan natin ma-identify yung cost kasi we need to identify magkano yung inventory, cost ng inventory natin because under perpetual dapat updated to. Okay, so costing 400 pesos, yung cost ng goods na isinuli, tapos binenta natin yon for 500 pesos. So this is part of the 10,000 sale. So yung selling price nung sinuli sa atin 500 pero yung cost ng goods na sinuli sa atin is 400 pesos. So under periodic inventory system, ano yung gagawin natin? So we debit sales, 'di ba? Returns and allowances because based on the formula of the net sales, it's deducted to our gross sales account. Therefore, the sales, returns, and allowances is a contra sale account. So we need to debit the sales and returns allowances account. So this is the normal balance of sales, return, and allowances account, 500. So that's based on the selling price. Yung accounts receivable din natin based on the selling price, 500. Siyempre, di ba, nabawasan yung receivable natin kang customer because sinauli niya yung 500. So that's why the entry is debit sales, returns, and allowances, minus credit natin yung accounts receivable because nabawasan ng 500 pesos yung collectible natin dito kanina. Ito, it was part of the 10,000. Okay, so next, under perpetual inventory system, tingnan natin yung entry. So it's the same, di ba? It's the same sales, returns, and allowances, accounts receivable. Okay, but meron tayong another entry pa. So debit inventory. Why? Because di ba ni-return, sinauli ni customer sa atin. So yung inventory natin will increase because may sinauli yung customer natin. But at what amount? At cost. Again, take note of this. At cost, dapat yung amount ng inventory na i-record natin, not at selling price. Okay, inventory, debit 400. Siyempre, yung cost of sale na ginawa natin kanina, bawasan din natin. Why? Because diba sinauli sa atin, hindi na yun sold, considered as sold because diba it was returned to us by the customer. Okay, so ito yung entry, inventory, cost of sale, credit 400. So post that, we have sales returns under periodic, debit 500. Same here. Then under perpetual, you have inventory, debit 400. Okay, 400. Okay. So, yun yung sa transaction number 2. Transaction number 3, receive payment from customer for merchandise sold above. So, yung binenta natin kanina dito, di ba, pinautang natin. So, magkano na yung collectibles natin? That's 10,000 minus 500, you have 9,500. So, receive payment from customer for merchandise sold above, cash discount taken. So, di ba, since yung credit terms natin dito, 2/10, so bumayad yung customer natin within 10 days. Therefore, we need to give the customer 2% discount from the sale transaction. So because maaga siyang nagbayad. Okay, so paano natin computein yung discount natin dito? So you have 10,000 yung total sales kanina dito sa transaction 1 minus yung sinole 500 ba yung return na 500 times the 2% discount. That's equal to 190 pesos. Ito yung discount na binigay natin to our customer. So di ba this is only a discount. There's no actual return of the inventory. So discount lang yung nangyari. So ano yung entry natin under periodic? So syempre cash, di ba? Yung 10,000 minus 500, that's 9,500 yung receivable natin na natira minus the discount of 190. Therefore, yung re-receive natin net of discount na, yung ibabayad ng customer, that's 9,310 pesos. Okay. Then we debit the sales discount, normal balance of sales discount because it's a contra sales account. So it is debit. So that's 190. Then, di ba, credit the accounts receivable because we have collected already lahat ng receivable natin. 9,500. Di ba yung balance dito? 10,000 debit minus 500 credit. That's 9,500 debit. Therefore, we have collected it now. So credit 9,500. Under perpetual, same. 'Di ba? Same lang yung entries natin. Why? Because 'di ba, again, walang actual return of the inventory pag sales discount. 'Di ba? Walang sinauli. Hindi sinauli yung inventory dito. There's no actual return of inventory. Therefore, wala tayong inventory account dito, inventory entry dito. So therefore, it's the same. So account natin yung sales discount, 190 debit. Okay. Next, transaction 4, purchase on account merchandise for resale for 6,000. Terms were 210 and 30 purchases recorded at invoice price. Take note that this transaction is a purchase transaction. Tayo yung buyer dito. So we purchase merchandise for resale. Magkano yung bili natin? That's 6,000. Therefore, this is the cost of the inventory we purchase. Terms, yung credit terms natin, di ba? If we pay it within 10 days, diba, makaka-avail tayo ng 2% discount but it will due on 30 days. So take note again that purchases and sales is always recorded at invoice price. But based on this problem, since walang trade discount, automatic, this is the invoice price. So how are we going to entry? Under periodic, ito yung unique sa periodic because we use the purchases, purchase returns, purchase discount accounts dito. Ito yung kaibahan nila. So you have purchases. We use purchases account here and credit accounts payable. Diba? You have noticed on the computation of the cost of sale under periodic, diba? We started with beginning plus net purchases minus that's available for sale minus ending inventory. Okay, so we use purchases account here under periodic. That's 6,000. That's the total amount yung invoice price natin. Then since inutang natin to 6,000. Sir, how do you know na on account basis? Tingnan nyo, my terms, naka-credit terms. So therefore, inutang natin yung product, pinurchase natin. Okay, so 6,000. Under perpetual, di ba this is purchase? So ano nangyari? May effect ba sa inventory? Yes, it will increase the inventory. So ano yung entry natin dito? So di ba, instead of using purchases account, we use the inventory account. But we use the inventory account. That's inventory, okay, accounts payable 6,000. So that is the entry. So for number 4, you debit purchases 6,000. But under perpetual, ano yung affected? Inventory account 6,000. Debit. Okay. Number 5, paid 200 freight on the 6,000 purchase, terms or FOB shipping point freight collect. O ito, diba? Since nag-purchase tayo dito sa number 4, transaction 4, of course, diba, there's corresponding transaction, transportation charge nito. So ano yung magkano yung transportation charge? So paid 200,000 freight on the 6,000 purchase. Terms were, so ano yung terms? Freight terms, FOB shipping point freight collect. Sino? Okay, so dito may binayad tayong 200 freight for the purchase on transaction 4. Tapos yung FOB freight term natin is FOB shipping point freight collect. So question now, sino dapat yung magbayad? Sino dapat yung magbayad? So the answer is the buyer. Why? Shipping point. Sino ang nagbayad ng freight? Sino ang nagbayad ng freight? Kasi freight collect, so si buyer din yung nagbayad. So tama lang, di ba? So si buyer dapat magbayad, siya din yung nagbayad ng freight. So anong entry? Because we are the buyer here, because di ba from the purchase, So yung entry natin, since FOB shipping point, we are the buyer here. So we record transportation in. We record transportation in. Then we credit cash, since tayo yung nagbayad, okay, 200 pesos. That's under periodic. So we use transportation in. How about under perpetual? Tingnan nyo ano yung difference, di ba? So since yung transportation in is part doon sa cost ng inventory na pinurchase natin, we also use inventory instead of using transportation in. Therefore, di ba, according kanina dito, inventory account is increased by purchases, transportation in, and sales returns. So ito yung nangyari, di ba? So ito. So since by transportation in, we record it under perpetual under inventory account. So if we post this entry, so that's transportation in for periodic or freight in, that's 200, and inventory for perpetual, 200. Okay, so ito yung nangyari dito. Okay, next, you have transaction number 6, returned merchandise costing 300, part of the 6,000 purchase. So from dun sa pinurchase natin na 6,000 from transaction 4, 6,000, sinoli natin yung merchandise na worth 300 pesos, part of the 6,000 purchase. So we return the 300 pesos. So ano yung entry natin dito? Since tayo yung nag-return, syempre, yung liability natin bababa because 'di ba binalik natin yung 300 pesos. So that's debit accounts payable 300. Ano yung credit natin? Ito yung purchase returns and allowances. So the normal balance of purchase returns and allowances is credit. Why? Because it's a contra purchase account. 'Di ba? We deduct it to the purchase account, purchases account in computing the net purchases. Okay, so the normal balance of purchase returns and allowances account is credit. So that's why 300 credit. O tingnan natin sa perpetual. Ano nangyari sa perpetual? Since there's an actual return, sinoli natin yung pinurchase natin na inventory. Anong mangyari sa inventory natin? Increase, decrease. Okay, of course, it will decrease. Bakit? Di ba? Sinuli natin yung pinurchase natin. That's why under perpetual, di ba, nag-decrease, nag-credit tayo ng inventory 300 pesos. Tapos nag-debit tayo ng 300 pesos accounts payable. Okay, so 'di ba ito yung difference. Basta yung tandaan niyo sa perpetual, dapat updated yung inventory natin. Every time there's an in or out of inventory, dapat ina-account natin 'yan under perpetual. Okay. So, ito yung difference nila, 'di ba? Okay, so that's purchase returns and allowances credit. Magkano yun? 4 and 300. Purchase returns and allowances credit 300. But under dito, inventory credit, 300. Okay, ano na tayo? Transaction 7. Okay, paid for merchandise purchase, referred to number 4. So yung pinurchase natin dito sa transaction 4 na 6,000, 'di ba? Tapos binayaran natin on transaction 7. Tapos nag-avail tayo ng cash discount taken. So ano nangyari, 'di ba? 6,000 yung pinurchase natin, we can avail 2% discount if we will pay within 10 days. Okay, so 6,000, meron tayong sinole kanina na 300. So ano nangyari? That's 6,000 minus 300. That's ito, 6,000 purchase minus sinuli natin na return. Doon tayo magbe-base sa discount natin. That's based on invoice price, 'di ba? Based on invoice price but deducted na yung return. So that's why 6,000 minus 300 times 2% equals 114. Ito yung purchase discount natin because we pay earlier within 10 days. Okay, so ano yung entry natin? Siyempre, 'di ba? So magkano na lang yung utang natin? You have 6,000 minus 300 accounts payable, so 5,700 na lang. Tapos yung binayad na lang natin is less of discount na. That's 5,586. Then yung discount natin 114. Okay, under periodic. But how about under perpetual? Ano nangyari? Okay, so even there's a purchase discount, Okay, tingnan natin, even if there is a purchase discount, tapos even walang actual return of the goods because of this discount, diba, still, diba, yung inventory, we use the inventory account. Diba, ito yung medyo parang iba dito because diba kanina doon sa sales return, sales discount, hindi natin ginamit yung inventory. But the sales return, ginamit natin yung inventory. Diba, nag-inventory tayo, may inventory account. But under dito sa purchase, even purchase discount, we use the inventory account. Credit inventory account, 'di ba? Instead of using purchase discount, we use the inventory account because according dito, inventory is decreased by cost of sale, purchase returns and allowances, and purchase discounts. That's why purchase discount, it's a decrease on your inventory account. Okay, so ito yung entry. Okay, so how are we going to, if we post this one, purchase discount, credit, 114. Dito inventory, credit, 114. Okay, so to transfer the beginning inventory balance to the income summary, part of the closing entries under periodic inventory system, diba, under periodic inventory system, we need to close the beginning balance. So the beginning balance is 250,000. So how are we going to close? So diba, since meron tayong beginning na 250 under periodic, so we close that to the income summary account. Okay, ito yung mangyayari. So that's debit income summary 250, credit 250. Dito no required, no entry is required because again, 'di ba, updated yung inventory natin. Okay, number 9, to record the ending inventory balance. Okay, 'di ba, during the physical count, 'di ba, nung nag-count tayo at year end, the physical inventory is taken and revealed that the actual inventory on hand is 231,500. Okay, 231,500 yung actual inventory natin. So ano nangyari dito? So 231,500 yung actual natin na na-count natin at the end of the year. So periodic, under periodic, ito yung na-count natin. So this is the correct ending balance, 231,500. So how are we going to establish this one? Para makita doon sa periodic na yung balance ng inventory natin is talagang 231,500. Okay, so dito, di ba, we have here, based on the entry number 8, nag-credit tayo ng 250,000. Tapos meron tayong beginning balance din na 250,000. Okay, same dito sa perpetual natin, 'di ba? Meron tayong beginning balance na 250,000. Dapat naka-debit to. Okay, same lang yung beginning natin for perpetual and periodic. Okay, so inventory income summary, that's 231,500. And then no entry required for perpetual. Okay, because 'di ba updated na yung inventory natin based on our entries. Okay, to adjust the ending perpetual inventory balance for the shrinkage during the year. Ano to, 'di ba? So ito yung part ng normal adjusting entries. 'Di ba? So yung inventory natin. Okay, so kung titingnan natin yung actual count natin, kasi yung actual count mo at the end of the period, yun yung ifa-follow mo because yun yung nag-exist during the physical count, inventory taken. The total amount is 231,500. Tingnan natin yung inventory account natin dito. If we try to total this one, the total natin to, mali yung total natin to, plus ito. Kano yung balance? You have 248,186. Na-count ba natin lahat? Okay. So, based on the problem, kanina dito, binigay na pala sa atin yung year-end balance under perpetual inventory system since this is only an assumption. Okay, for illustration purposes. So dapat 231,860 yung balance natin dito. Okay, so this should be 231. Actually, hindi na natin kailangan to. Okay, so that's 231. Tingnan natin, 231, 860 minus 231,500. Diba may difference? Pero ano yung ifa-follow natin? Yung actual or yung nasa record natin? So yung ifa-follow natin is yung actual. So that's 231,860 yung nasa record natin under perpetual, but the actual physical count is 231,500. Therefore, there's a difference of 360. So since we need to follow the physical count, kailangan natin i-adjust yung inventory amount natin. Dapat it would equal to 231,500. Okay. So anong gagawin natin? So ito, 'di ba? So we credit 360, then we debit cost of sale because 'di ba 231,680, tama ba? 231,860 minus 360, that is equal to 231,500. So it would equal to the correct ending balance of inventory na 231,500. So 'di ba equal yung balance mo for periodic and perpetual, because under periodic, based on the entries, that's 250, tapos iba may debit tayo dito na 231,500. So ano yung balance? So that's 231,500. So yung difference niyan, okay, yung balance niyan is 231,500, di ba? So plus minus the credit. So that's 231,500. Ito yung balance under periodic, ending balance. But under perpetual, di ba, hindi pala natin ito magagamit because the assumption is given na yung 231,860 na ending balance. Okay, but if hindi given yun, so we really need to compute the balance based on this T account. Okay. I think hindi natin na-update yung cost of sale natin dito. Okay, let's go back na. So may cost of sale dito. Dito, cost of sale under perpetual, credit 400. Walang cost of sale. Ito, may cost of sale din dito, 360. Debit ba yun? Debit 360. Okay, debit 360. Okay, so kung try natin compute yung balance ng cost of sale natin under perpetual, that is, kano yan? That's 7,960. Dapat yung cost of sale natin. So let's check if tama ba under periodic, equal ba sila? Okay, di ba? How to compute the cost of sale under periodic? You have beginning balance. Ba dito, beginning balance. Kano yung beginning balance natin? Under periodic, you have 250,000. Di ba ito? Then you have net purchases. Okay, how do we compute the net purchases? You have purchases minus purchase discount minus purchase returns and allowances plus the transportation in or freight in. So magkano yung purchases natin? So magkano yung balance ng purchases natin? 6,000. Isa lang. Meron ba tayong discount? Yes, meron. 14. Meron ba tayong purchase returns and allowances? Yes, meron. 300. Meron ba tayong freight in? Yes, meron. 200. Okay, so compute natin to. Magkano yan lahat? That's 600. 6,000 plus or minus 300 plus 200. That's 5,786. That is your net purchases. Then let's add. You have goods available for sale. Add to your okay. 255,786. And then you have the ending inventory. Kano yung ending inventory natin? You have 231,500. So minus natin dito. So yung cost of sale natin is 24,286. Hindi siya equal. So I think hindi talaga siya equal dito because yung assumption ng problem natin, ito lang yung transactions. But in answering problems under merchandising operations under perpetual and periodic inventory system, dapat yung cost of sale nyo using periodic and perpetual should always equal. So dapat, in this case, kung 24,286 to, so dapat same din dito, 24,286. Or if this is the right amount, 7,960, dapat same din dito, 7,960. So ano yung difference ng periodic tsaka perpetual natin? Under perpetual, we can compute already the cost of sale. Why? Because 'di ba, every entry natin, 'di ba, meron tayong cost of sale account na ginagamit dito. So we can compute immediately the cost of sale. Aside sa updated yung inventory natin, we can also compute immediately the cost of sale. So no need to undergo the formula ito because the formula again is only applicable for periodic inventory system because 'di ba we use these accounts, purchases, purchase discount, purchase return. But under perpetual, 'di ba, if you compute the cost of sale, automatic yung cost of sale mo you can compute, 'di ba? Because updated 'yon because you use cost of sale account dito. 'Di ba? Dito tapos meron din dito. Okay, so I guess hindi talaga mag-equal with this problem because 'di ba for illustration purposes nilitan lang niya yung transactions niya. So paano lang yung entries or comparison ng entries ng periodic tsaka perpetual natin. So but again, if you're answering problems and you're using perpetual and inventory system, yung cost of sale nyo should always equal, 'di ba? Under periodic and perpetual dapat pareho lang. Tsaka yung inventory, ending inventory dapat same lang din. Okay, but depending on kung ano yung ginamit yung system in accounting the transactions. If you are using in periodic inventory system or perpetual inventory system. But if the problem is silent, it's better to use the periodic inventory system. Again, if the problem is silent, it's better to use the periodic inventory system. We use the purchases account, purchase discount, freight in account, purchase returns account. Okay, so I guess that's all the difference or comparison of the inventory system. You have the periodic and perpetual inventory system. So again, when you say periodic, okay, you have the physical count at the end of the year, periodic. Once ka lang magka-count ng inventory mo. So also under periodic, we use these accounts, yung mga purchases account, transportation in, purchase returns, and purchase discount. While under perpetual inventory system, yung always remind that under perpetual, dapat updated yung inventory account natin. So every time there's an in and out of the inventory, you need to use the account inventory para updated yon. So 'di ba, by using stock cards, dapat updated yung balances ng inventory natin. That's perpetual. So every in and out, you account the inventory. So also under perpetual inventory system, instead of using mga purchases, we use the inventory account, 'di ba? So substitute the inventory account for those purchases, purchase discount, purchase returns, and freight in accounts under periodic. Also in perpetual inventory system, 'di ba, we can compute immediately the cost of sale because under perpetual inventory system, we use also the cost of sale account every time there's a sale of the inventory or if there's a return of the inventory. Okay, so that's a difference between the two. So I hope you have understand the discussion for today. So thank you for listening.